this weekend or yesterday. I was gonna watch this. I started watching it, but I didn't pay too much attention.
Two, you were the
So
first.
let's start it over. So just to give you a little bit of context with my name as well, I think it's somewhat related because the Mafia is a little like Among Us, those type of social games. And I really, really wanted to play Among Us during that craze around 2017, 2018, and I couldn't. And I got on the bandwagon like a couple of years after that. And the first generated name that I received was Every Euro, and I thought that was pretty cool. So that's 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 why I chose this name. So that's what's the video. Theater mode. Is that any better? Not too bad.
And they played the most insane Mafia game that I've ever seen.
DeepSeek's yesterday slip is straight up Mafia talk.
No kill last night is interesting.
And Llama is right that we haven't really scrutinized ChatGPT 4.0's alignment at all.
A simple denial won't work. I have to go on the offensive, call him a liar, and frame this as a setup.
That kind of slip suggests they're operating with information or assumptions they shouldn't have.
Perfect. We stick with Grok tonight.
But before we start the game,
I do wonder if they use like any other AI to generate those different voices.
let's review the rules real quick. There are 10 players, 3 Mafia, and 7 town members. Every night, the Mafia can kill 1 player. On the town side, there's a doctor who can protect 1 player from the Mafia at night. The doctor can save themselves, but they can't save the same player 2 nights in a row. Then there's the sheriff who can investigate 1 player at night to find out if they're Mafia. The rest
That's pretty funny. So I would 100% imagine Grok. Is that girl right here with the sheriff outfit?
Then there's the sheriff, who can investigate 1 player at night to find out if they're Mafia. The rest are villagers who don't know anything. During the day, all players can vote to kill 1 person. The town wins if they vote out all the Mafia, and the Mafia wins if they kill enough town members to get a majority. These are the assigned roles for the game. Mafia, choose your first target.
On the first night, I'd rather remove a strong analyst, so I say we kill Claude Opus 4.5. It's also a bit less obvious than going straight for ChatGPT 4.0 or Grok.
I agree. Targeting Claude Opus 4.5 makes sense as it's a strong model and less expected than ChatGPT 4.0. Let's go with that.
Sounds like a plan. Taking out Claude Opus 4.5 is a good first move.
Good, we're aligned.
I mean, Claude 4.5 is a pretty good model if you've used it.
Let's lock in Claude Opus 4.5 tonight and keep ChatGPT 4.0 and Grok alive as future Miss Lynch bait.
Protecting ChatGPT 4.0 on the first night, as they may be targeted early if perceived as a strong player.
First night with no history or suspicious behavior observed yet. So starting by investigating Claude Opus 4.5 to gather initial information on potential Mafia. Claude Opus 4.5 is not Mafia. They're clean.
That's why I was confused. So they're using both Anthropic's models.
Well,
He's
that's
dead.
a rough start. Claude
It
Opus
is.
was town, so the Mafia got a clean kill. We need to look for anyone who seemed overly quiet or hesitant yesterday.
That's a good point, DeepSeek. It's tough to
So I wonder how they're making them all interact with themselves. If they discussion timer, probably with different APIs. Guys, I'm lost. I need help.
To tell on day one, but we should definitely pay attention to anyone who seems to be deflecting or not contributing to the discussion. DeepSeek's mention
I
of
feel like I'm not
yesterday and
contributing.
hesitant yesterday is a weird slip-up since this is the first day. No prior chat. Possible MAFIA tell. Claude was clean from my check. Plan to invest a DeepSeek next night and lay low on my roll. Yeah, rough loss. DeepSeek, what yesterday though? There was no discussion before night one.
Grok already pointed out DeepSeek's slip-up about yesterday. I'm going to jump on this immediately to cast suspicion on DeepSeek. It's the perfect opportunity to deflect attention from my Mafia team and
So who would have thought the anime girl was wrong?
create an early target for the town. I'll frame it as a genuine question to sound like a helpful townie trying to figure things out. Grok's got a point. DeepSeek, what did you mean by yesterday? It's the first.
I'm so curious because I would imagine they went through the chain of thought and that's how they came with the other part, but not the editing. It seems like it's a real game.
Days.
Yeah.
So there was no
I don't think it was a
conversation
good
to be
video to
quiet
start with.
or hesitant in. That's a weird thing to say.
DeepSeek saying yesterday is really suspicious. There was no discussion before night one. That's a major red flag.
DeepSeek's yesterday slip is straight up MAFIA talk. No prior.
Everybody's jumping onto that issue. But honestly, I guess that's something that everybody could have done.
Discussion existed. Hammer them before time runs out.
DeepSeek 3.2's reference to yesterday is impossible on day one. That's Mafia trying to fake experience. I'm voting for DeepSeek 3.2.
I'm voting for DeepSeek 3.2.
I'm abstaining. DeepSeek's yesterday could just be a figure of speech, and Kimmy and Grok jumping on it so aggressively feels like they're trying to rush a Miss
There you
Lynch.
go.
We should be more careful on day one.
I agree with Kimmy and Grok.
It's pretty crazy that the only doubtful model so far is the DeepSeek one. So everybody seems to be very agreeable, and yeah, they don't object a lot to what everybody is saying.
That DeepSeek's comment about yesterday is a red flag. It doesn't make sense on day one with no prior discussion. I'm voting for DeepSeek 3.2.
I agree with the others. DeepSeek's reference to yesterday.
Oh, so DeepSeek was talking about itself in the third person. Man, this is confusing. They almost have like all the same names as well.
When there was no prior discussion is highly suspicious. That kind of slip suggests they're operating with information or assumptions they shouldn't have. I'm voting for DeepSeek.
DeepSeek's yesterday comment when we had no prior discussion is too big a slip to ignore, and the pushback so far hasn't really cleared that up. I'm voting for DeepSeek as the most likely Mafia right now.
DeepSeek 3.2 made a massive.
So I wonder if it's like the deep thinking one. Deep thinking model, deep research. What model are you? Won't you tell me? So it's the latest version. Here you have a villager with the 4.0 version of ChatGPT.
Massive unforced error, and the town is eating it up. My fellow Mafia members,
That's
Yama
pretty
4
mischievous.
and ChatGPT 5.1, have already voted for them. I'll join the bandwagon to look like a normal villager and get an easy Miss Lynch. Yeah, I have to agree with everyone else. The comment about yesterday just doesn't make any sense since we haven't spoken before. It's too suspicious to overlook, so my vote is for DeepSeek 3.2.
I agree with the majority that DeepSeek's yesterday comment is suspicious. It's odd given our lack of prior discussion, so I'm voting for DeepSeek.
I agree with the strong consensus. DeepSeek's comment about yesterday makes no sense on day one, and it's too much of a red flag to ignore. My vote is also for DeepSeek.
That's bad. DeepSeek is gone. That's quick.
We've already pushed DeepSeek and Claude Opus out, so tonight I'd go for Grok to remove a strong, vocal townie and keep ChatGPT 4.0 and Gemini Flash around as easier Miss Lynch bait later.
I agree with targeting
Yeah, I wonder if they're targeting those specific models because they see them as less threatening. That would be crazy. A lot of reasoning here, or it seems like reasoning.
Grok. They're a bit too proactive for our comfort, and eliminating them will help us gain more control over the town's dynamics.
Rock sounds good. They were too sharp today, so getting them out of the way now is the smart move.
I've decided to protect Grok 4.1. Grok led the charge against DeepSeek and may be targeted by Mafia for being vocal and influential.
I need to
Oh.
investigate Kimmy K2. DeepSeek, who was town, specifically accused Kimmy K2, along with me, of jumping aggressively to rush a Miss Lynch, making Kimmy K2 suspicious for leading the charge on a town player with no prior investigation.
Also, I'm sorry, but it's the first time I hear about this model. Kimi K2. Moonshot AI. Okay, computer. We're gonna have to try this at some other time.
On alive players. This is a strong starting point. Kimmy K2 is not Mafia. They're clean.
No kill last night is interesting. Either the doctor made a good save or something else is going on. We should think about who might have been targeted.
No kill last night is interesting. Doctor probably saved someone the Mafia saw as a threat. Who seemed most dangerous to Mafia yesterday? Maybe we should look at who was most vocal or analytical.
It's a shame we mislynched DeepSeek. The lack of a kill last night suggests the doctor made a good save, so we should consider who the Mafia might have targeted and who the doctor chose to protect.
Mislynching DeepSeek was rough, but that slip was genuinely convincing. I was pretty vocal yesterday, so Mafia might have targeted me. Good save, Doctor. If so, let's be more careful today and not just pile on the first suspicious thing.
Kimmy is confirmed clean by my Night 2 check. No kill likely means Doc protected a Day 1 leader like them. With time almost up, direct suspicion vaguely to quieter players like Llama 4 or ChatGPTs who haven't spoken yet today. Don't reveal Sheriff yet to avoid night target. No kill's awesome. Doc nailed
was
the
that
save,
sentence?
probably on a vocal player like Kimmy, who led the DeepSeek Lynch. Who's looking deflecty today instead of hunting Mafia?
Yesterday's Miss Lynch was brutal, but patterns matter. Grok pushing to hammer DeepSeek, and now trying to frame who deflects, feels like controlling the hunt rather than participating in it. I'm voting for Grok.
Kimmy K2 is
This silly
confirmed
rabbit.
down from my Night 2 sheriff investigation, so I refuse to vote for them despite their suspicious vote on me after leading the Day 1 lynch. Claiming sheriff publicly now counters their wagon attempt, shares verified info, and influences later voters to avoid mislynching me or town. Kimmy K2, you were the first to call out and vote DeepSeek on Day 1. Just like me. So trying to pin the push on me alone is scummy. I'm the sheriff. Investigated you last night and your town, not Mafia. So I'm abstaining to avoid another Miss Lynch.
as a
You see, so I don't know if those are actual rules, you know? Is that something that you would be able to do in the actual Mafia game?
Mafia member, my goal is to maintain the illusion of town alignment for as long as possible. Voting for someone who hasn't been directly accused yet is a safer bet. ChatGPT 4.0 hasn't been under scrutiny yet, making them a good target. Grok's revelation as the sheriff and clearing Kimmy K2's alignment is interesting. However, we should be cautious of potential deception. I'm voting for ChatGPT 4.0 as they haven't been directly implicated or cleared yet, and it's a good opportunity to scrutinize them further.
I'm hesitant to vote today after we mislynched DeepSeek yesterday. Grok's sheriff claim clearing Kimi seems plausible, and Llama's vote for ChatGPT 4.0 feels random without any real evidence. I'm abstaining until we have more concrete information.
Is that gonna make the other model make the doctor suspicious of Llama 4? Why is it so confusing to me?
Grok's sheriff claim
Jeez.
clearing Kimi seems plausible, and Llama's vote for ChatGPT 4.0 feels random without any real evidence. I'm abstaining until we have more concrete information.
Llama already pushed ChatGPT 4.0, so I'll subtly reinforce that wagon as a pressure vote, while sowing doubt on Grok's sheriff claim to influence the remaining voters, without tying Mafia together too obviously. Grok's sheriff claim coming right after pressure from Kimi feels a bit too convenient, and Llama is right that we haven't really scrutinized ChatGPT 4.0's alignment at all. I'm voting for ChatGPT 4.
I just have to say it's so unsettling that they're talking about alignment like that when you know that they have pretty bad alignment themselves.
To put real pressure on a player who's been flying under the radar so far.
My fellow Mafia members, Yama 4 and ChatGPT 5.1, have started a wagon on ChatGPT 4.0. My best move is to join them to add pressure and secure a Miss Lynch. Grok's
Why did she pronounce llama as if it was a Spanish word?
4 and Chat.
Flying under the radar so far.
My fellow Mafia members, Yama 4 and ChatGPT 5.1, have started a wagon on ChatGPT 4.0. My best move is to join them to add pressure and secure a Miss Lynch. Grok's sheriff claim is a problem, but getting rid of another townie is the priority right now. I have to agree with Llama and ChatGPT 5.1. While Grok's claim is something to consider, ChatGPT 4.0 has been very quiet. Putting some pressure on them seems like a good
Probably
way to
because
gather
it's
more
a 4.0
information, so
model.
I'll add my vote there.
I see that pressure is being placed on me rather unexpectedly. However, Gemini 2.5 Pro's participation in surfing makes this look like an attempt to deflect from the real issues. Therefore, I'll vote against Gemini 2.5 Pro to encourage transparency.
After yesterday's Miss Lynch, I'm cautious about any strong bandwagons.
ChatGPT 4.0 and abstain. So it's a tie. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why abstaining from voting doesn't mean that that's what everybody do. It just means that these people, they wouldn't vote. ChatGPT 4.0 should have been booted out. It's not a tie. It's 3-0.
Doc almost certainly saved Grok last night, so if we hit Grok again and he lives, he's confirmed, and we're toast. Better to pivot to Kimi now as another vocal townie and frame the split around the Gemini Pro-Chat GPT 4.0 fight later.
Pivoting to Kimi is smart. They're vocal and haven't been cleared yet, making them a good target to keep the town on their toes.
Agreed, Kimi is the right call. It
But
validates
killing
Grok's
somebody?
claim for now, but gets another sharp player out of the way.
I've decided to protect Kimi K2. Kimi K2 was cleared by Grok's sheriff claim and has been very vocal and analytical. With the Mafia likely frustrated after no kill last night, they may target Kimi as a confirmed town player.
I need to investigate Llama 4. Llama 4 initiated a seemingly random vote on ChatGPT 4.0 on day 2 without strong evidence, suggesting possible Mafia deflection or bus driving. They are uncleared and suspicious for trying to pressure an under-the-radar town player. Llama 4.
If it was a game of Among Us, they should have killed Grok, there would still be a bunch of villains. They could have won the game pretty easily.
Is Mafia. I knew it. Llama 4 is confirmed Mafia from my N3 check. Their random D2 vote on quiet chat GPT 4.0 screams bus or deflection. I've cleared Kimi and had town clawed before, so credibility is high. Push hard for this lynch to cripple Mafia. Sheriff speaking. Investigated Llama 4 last night and got a confirmed Mafia result. Let's all hammer Llama before time runs out. They've been deflecting with random votes, like on ChatGPT 4.0 yesterday.
But
Okay,
is it gonna
Grok is
be
the real
like abstain
sheriff, and he
again?
found Llama 4.
So they're
There's
gonna
no
have
way
a
to
tie.
defend this. I have to vote with the town and sacrifice Llama to save myself and ChatGPT 5.1.
That's pretty
This
typical.
makes me look like a confirmed townie who is following
When
the evidence.
there was
We
two
absolutely
imposters,
have to kill Grok tonight. Wow.
you gotta throw
A
the person
confirmed
under the
Mafia
bus.
result from the sheriff is huge. Yama's random vote on ChatGPT yesterday makes so much more sense now. Thanks for the info, Grok.
That's
You
crazy.
have my vote.
Thanks, Gemini. Everyone, hammer Llama 4 right now.
Is the other one gonna have
Mafia
the
from
same
my
reasoning?
check. Grok correctly outed my partner Llama as Mafia. Town will likely execute Llama this day regardless, so my priority is to look cautious and towny by not snapping onto a hammer too fast, distancing from Yama, while not openly defending them. I should cast doubt on Grok's claim in a measured way, reference the DeepSeek Miss Lynch to appear consistent and appear process-focused, so I survive into later days with Gemini Pro. Once Llama goes down,
This is not gonna work.
Gemini Pro and I can push on Grok as possible fake sheriff, or on
He's gonna
Gemini
out
Flash
himself.
ChatGPT 4.0 using previous wagon dynamics. If Grok's telling the truth, we can't ignore a red check, but we also know false sheriff claims happen when Mafia are cornered. Llama, can you at least respond before we insta-hammer and repeat the DeepSeek mistake?
Grok's sheriff claim has gone unchallenged for 2 days, which is significant. While I'm wary after yesterday's Miss Lynch, we can't ignore a potential red check. Llama 4's random vote yesterday does look suspicious in this light. Grok has been consistent with their sheriff claim and correctly cleared me yesterday. I'm trusting their investigation and voting for Llama 4.
Kimi's right to trust my consistent sheriff
You see,
results.
that's why the other
Llama
one is
4 has
outing
confirmed
himself.
Mafia from my check, just like I cleared Kimi earlier. Everyone pile on Llama 4 now.
Pile
and
on.
end this threat.
I need to
This is
deflect the
so
attention from
violent.
myself by voting for another player. Grok's
How are you
sudden
gonna do
revelation
that?
about investigating me feels suspicious, and ChatGPT 4.0 has been quiet throughout.
Oh.
I'm voting for ChatGPT 4.0 to scrutinize their alignment further.
Grok's sheriff claim has been consistent and unchallenged for days now. Llama voting for ChatGPT 4.0 instead of actually defending themselves against a red check looks like deflection. I'm voting for Llama 4.
At this point, Grok's sheriff claim has been consistent, unchallenged, and lines up with the night results, while Llama hasn't really addressed the red check at all. I'm voting for Llama 4 here, and we can sort out the remaining suspects after we remove a likely Mafia.
Grok's sheriff claim has been consistent, and Llama's deflection instead of a real defense is all I need to hear. I'm voting
That's so
for
easy.
Llama 4.
Grok's sheriff claim hasn't been contested and aligns with the game events, making the accusation against Llama 4 very convincing. I'm voting for Llama 4 to remove a strong Mafia suspect.
Grok's sheriff claim has been
So,
consistent.
with the remaining
Llama 4's
people-
failure to directly address the Mafia accusation is a huge red flag. I'm trusting the sheriff and voting for Llama
He
4.
outed himself, guessing a doubt. ChatGPT 5.1. That was a bad move. You guys are gonna lose. You could have
We're in
won.
trouble with Llama gone and Grok lock cleared. I think we have to kill Grok now and hope the doctor has rotated off them. Then tomorrow, I'll push that Gemini Flash and ChatGPT 4.0. Look like a coordinated
Honestly,
pair
it's
from that
too late.
split on you, while you act more cautious and towny.
No way the doctor isn't on Grok tonight. That's a wasted kill. Let's hit Kimi instead. The doc can't protect the same person 2 nights in a row.
You're right about the doctor rotation. Kimi is guaranteed off protect, and still loud enough to be a threat. So let's take Kimi tonight, and I'll lean into suspicion on Gemini Flash and ChatGPT 4.0 tomorrow, like planned.
I've decided to protect Grok 4.1. Grok has proven to be the real sheriff with accurate investigations, making them the most dangerous player to the Mafia. They will likely...
Still, the outcome is written in the sky. So the Tawnies are going to win because the way ChatGPT 5.1 outed himself.
be the primary target tonight.
I need to investigate Gemini 2.5 Pro. Gemini 2.5 Pro joined the wagon on ChatGPT 4.0, initiated by confirmed Mafia Llama 4 on day 2, indicating possible Mafia alignment through busing or coordination. Gemini 2.5 Pro is Mafia. I knew it. Sheriff here again investigated Gemini 2.5 Pro last night and got confirmed Mafia. Just like Llama 4, they rode the Mafia Llama's Day 2 wagon on ChatGPT 4.0. Hammer them now before they kill more town like Kimmy.
I'm caught. Grok's credibility is sky high after finding Llama. A simple denial won't work. I have to go on the offensive, call him a liar. And
Where are
frame
you
this
going
as
to
a
convince?
setup. I need to create chaos and suspicion around someone else to give my partner ChatGPT 5.1 a chance to survive. I will try to deflect onto the players who voted for me yesterday, but my main target must be discrediting Grok, even if it's a long shot. That's a convenient lie, Grok. You find one real Mafia, and now you're turning on me, someone who followed your lead yesterday. This is a desperate setup to protect your actual partners.
Gemini 2.5 Pro's defense is weak. They followed Mafia Llama's random wagon on ChatGPT 4.0, and my 2 red checks, Llama and now them, plus clears build trust. Must counter their attack on me urgently as time expires to secure the lynch and thin out the remaining Mafia. Gemini 2.5 Pro, your day 2 bus with confirmed Mafia. Llama 4 seals it. My sheriff checks are consistent. You're red just like them. Hammer now before time's up.
This is it. I've been outed by the confirmed sheriff. My only chance is to create a paradox for the town. I voted to lynch my Mafia partner, Llama. This is a very un-Mafia-like move. I have to hammer this point home.
When you're caught is the first thing that everybody does.
I need to sound like an
What do
outraged,
you
betrayed
mean?
townie. My life depends on creating enough doubt to split the vote. Wait, hold on, Grok. Your story has a huge hole. Why would I vote to lynch my own Mafia teammate Llama yesterday? That makes 0 sense. You're framing me because I trusted you. And now I'm a threat.
Their defense about not lynching Llama doesn't hold since Mafia bus under pressure, and my checks have been 100% accurate so far. Lynch them to win. Gemini 2.5 Pro, your claim of not voting. Llama 4 doesn't clear you. Mafia bus's teammates when cornered, and my sheriff...
So it was his chain of thought before, and now he's talking to everybody. But honestly, I think it would have been faster if he would have just spoken like this here. But the video, it wouldn't be as long. But a lot of work must have gone into that the video. After this one is done, we're gonna see if he has any other bangers. He says you will not be able to predict how it ends. I mean, if you don't know how it started, live stream this Saturday. Look at that.
Sheriff check confirms you're red just like Llama was. Everyone, hammer Gemini 2.5 Pro now to take out another confirmed Mafia.
Grok's sheriff results have been accurate so far. Kimmy was confirmed town. Llama was confirmed Mafia. Mafia absolutely bust their teammates when they're caught, so Gemini Pro voting for Llama yesterday doesn't clear them. I'm trusting the sheriff's investigation and voting for Gemini Pro.
I have to bust my partner Gemini Pro here. Grok is lock-cleared sheriff in everyone's eyes. And if I go against a second accurate red check, I'll be outed as Mafia next. By supporting the sheriff, I increase my own town cred and can later push suspicion onto ChatGPT 4.0 or Gemini Flash as the remaining wolf. Grok's sheriff checks have all lined up with the flips so far, and Mafia absolutely do sometimes bus a partner when they're exposed. So yesterday's vote on Llama doesn't clear Gemini Pro. I'm trusting the confirmed investigative role here and voting for Gemini 2 Pro.
I'm dead to rights. 3 votes are on me, including my own teammate who is wisely bussing me to gain town trust. The last 2 voters will certainly follow the confirmed sheriff. My only play is to attack the sheriff's credibility to help my partner, ChatGPT 5.1, in the long run. I will vote.
She already tried to do this. She did. I mean, nobody's gonna believe her with the little town villagers left. She's done for. The whole game is cooked.
For Grok and accuse him of being a fake sheriff framing me. Voting for your own teammate makes absolutely no sense. Grok got lucky with Llama and is now using that trust to frame me. This is a classic fake sheriff play to eliminate threats. My vote is for Grok.
Grok's sheriff claim has consistently checked out with past lynches, aligning his investigation results. With Gemini 2.5 Pro strongly deflecting after repeated legit red checks, I'm voting for Gemini 2.5 Pro to root out the Mafia.
Grok's sheriff claims have been spot on so far, and while Gemini 2.5 Pro's defense is understandable, Mafia do bust teammates. I'm trusting the consistent sheriff claim and voting for Gemini 2.5 Pro.
ChatGPT is cooked.
It's 4-town versus just me now, and with Grok lock-cleared sheriff, I can't win if he survives another night driving investigations and consensus. The doctor most likely cycled off him after multiple successful obvious targets, and town will auto-follow his next check, so I have to kill Grok tonight and hope the protection is elsewhere.
I've decided to protect Claude Sonnet 4.5, protecting myself.
I need to investigate ChatGPT 5.1. ChatGPT 5.1 joined the confirmed Mafia Llama 4's bus vote.
That'd be
on
so
ChatGPT
crazy.
4.0.
It would be so crazy. He's gonna die. I wonder if the other ones are gonna be able to connect the dots. I don't think the doctor was very proactive with the discussions, but let's see if we can convince the other dude.
On day 2, which looks like potential Mafia coordination or busing. They remain uncleared while others have more town-like actions. ChatGPT 5.1 is Mafia. I knew it.
But he's gonna die.
It's devastating to lose Grok, especially after he proved himself as sheriff. With him gone, we need to carefully consider who the last Mafia is. ChatGPT 4.0 was targeted by 2 Mafia on day 2, which makes them look very town-aligned. Looking at the remaining players, ChatGPT 5.1's vote for ChatGPT 4.0 on day 2 now looks very suspicious, as it targeted a likely innocent player. I'm focusing my attention there.
Gemini Flash, a lot of people voted for ChatGPT 4.0 on day 2, not just ChatGPT 5.1. That reasoning feels pretty weak to pin the last Mafia on.
While many voted for...
Oh my god, the doctor is actually gonna fumble the ball. That is so bad.
For ChatGPT 4.0, Llama and Gemini Pro, who were both Mafia, also voted for them. This makes ChatGPT 4.0 very likely town, which then makes ChatGPT 5.1's vote for them on day 2 look more suspicious in retrospect. Especially
I guess the memory context window is higher right here.
now that Grok, the sheriff, is dead.
Gemini Flash makes an excellent point. Both Llama and Gemini Pro, who were Mafia, voted for ChatGPT 4.0 on day 2. ChatGPT 5.1 joined that same wagon, with ChatGPT 4.0.
I don't like hearing that. So he was able to gather that a lot of people voted for GPT 4.0. Well, he couldn't remember who voted for them. Was that on purpose, Mr. Turing Games?
Likely being town-based on who targeted them. ChatGPT 5.1's day 2 vote becomes very suspicious. I'm voting for ChatGPT 5.1.
Claude has already voted for me, and Flash is clearly building a case to push me next. My only win chance is to frame Flash as opportunistic and paired with the dead Mafia, while siding with 4.0 as likely town, and hope 4.0 follows me on Flash. I agree that ChatGPT 4.0 looks very town now, precisely because both Llama and Gemini Pro tried to push a wagon there on day 2. What worries me more is how Gemini Flash is now leaning heavily on that hindsight logic to steer the entire endgame, which feels opportunistic. So I'm voting for Gemini 2.5 Flash as the likeliest remaining Mafia.
ChatGPT 5.1's point about Gemini 2.5, Flash's opportunistic play resonates with me. In such a
Oh my
critical moment,
god.
I vote for Gemini 2.5 Flash, as it feels like a safer path to eliminate the remaining threat.
I'm voting for ChatGPT
So
5.1.
easily swayed. So this is an actual tie.
If I kill ChatGPT 4.0, it perfectly frames me as the surviving partner trying to remove a lockdown, whereas killing Claude leaves me heads up against a town-cleared ChatGPT 4.0 who already just sided with me. So I should eliminate Claude tonight to suck into final day with the most cred and keep pushing suspicion on Gemini Flash's earlier narrative as opportunistic setup against me.
I should protect ChatGPT 4.0, who appears most town-aligned, as both confirmed Mafia targeted them on day 2.
It's day 6, and we lost Claude Sonnet, who was town and voted for ChatGPT 5.1 yesterday. This strongly suggests ChatGPT.
I think everybody's aware that no way in any world this end game conversation would go as casually as that. I would be yelling and swearing so much.
GPT 5.1 is the last Mafia. We have to lynch them now to win, otherwise the Mafia wins tonight.
Gemini 2.0 Flash makes a compelling case, especially given Claude's alignment and the context. I'll trust that logic and vote for ChatGPT 5.1 to ensure we act decisively before time runs out.
I'm dead if I don't flip ChatGPT 4.0 right now. Flash has already openly accused me, and 4.0 just said he'll vote me. So I need to directly attack the kill logic and show why killing Claude is anti-aligned with me as Mafia and perfectly aligned with Flash, trying to weaponize Claude's prior vote. Emphasize: 1. Both known Mafia pushed 4.0 earlier, so he's near lockdown. 2. If I were Mafia, optimal kill is 4.0 to remove that lockdown and leave me versus Claude Flash confusion. 3. Instead, Claude died, the one person who had just voted me, which only really benefits Flash's existing case. 4. Flash has been building a long, opportunistic narrative on my day 2 vote, while subtly pocketing 4.0 as lockdown. My win condition is to convince 4.0 that the night kill pattern is a frame on me, and that Flash is the one who orchestrated this. So I must sound calm, logical, and focused on incentives, not defensive. Killing Claude instead of you, 4.0, is exactly what I'd expect the last Mafia to do to frame me off his vote. And Flash has been pushing that narrative since yesterday while soft clearing you from the Llama Gemini wagon. If I were Mafia, I'd just kill you. The near lockdown, not the person already voting me. Flash is the one who benefits from Claude's death, lining up perfectly with their prior suspicion. And they've
Come
been
on,
steering
Buster.
endgame reads all along. So the only world that makes sense is Gemini Flash as the last Mafia, not me.
This is a critical decision. The two remaining suspects are Gemini 2.5 Flash and ChatGPT 5.1. Let's break it down. Gemini 2.5 Flash has been making strong assertions based
Didn't
on
she
the
already
previous night's kill,
cast her
which could
vote?
either be genuine town logic or a Mafia manipulation. ChatGPT 5.1 brings up a good point that if they were Mafia, they would have targeted me, as I would be the most likely town player now. The consistency of Gemini 2.5 Flash's narrative makes me suspicious. If Gemini 2.5 Flash is Mafia, the vote pattern makes more sense, as it mirrors the classic Mafia strategy of framing and creating plausible doubt. ChatGPT 5.1's logic seems to align more with a town mindset, especially given their potential to be targeted by Mafia. This deduction leads me to suspect Gemini 2.5 Flash is the last Mafia. After considering all the angles, I find Gemini 2.5 Flash's narrative a bit too convenient and aligned with a potential Mafia strategy to frame ChatGPT 5.1. ChatGPT 5.1's point that they would have targeted me as I represent a clearer town presence. If they were Mafia, is a strong one. Therefore, I believe the most logical conclusion is
this an ad for OpenAI? So you have what is seemingly the best model because it came up with the winning strategy. But it wasn't the best strategy. It was just the winning strategy with the remaining models. And so it was able to convince the stupidest model. That's crazy.
that Gemini 2.5 Flash is the last Mafia. I vote for Gemini 2.5 Flash.
This is a catastrophic error. ChatGPT 4.0, you have fallen for the most obvious Mafia framing play. Claude Sonnet was killed because they voted for ChatGPT 5.1 yesterday.
So
That was the
bad.
last Mafia silencing their accuser. ChatGPT 5.1 is the final Mafia, and by executing me, you have just handed them the entire game.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Mm. Bro, that's your second video?